Once upon a time, in a beautiful green garden, lived a tiny little firefly named Blinky. Every evening, as the sun dipped low and magical colors painted the sky, all the fireflies would rise from their leaves. They would swirl and twirl through the air, and their twinkling lights made the whole evening feel like a fairy tale, as if the stars themselves had come down to dance on Earth. But one little firefly didn't dance. Blinky was a happy firefly, but instead of loving his tiny light, he was fascinated by the big lights of the world. At night, he would just stare up at the giant moon in the sky. "Wow, I wish I could shine like the moon," he would whisper. "It lights up the whole garden." Then he'd look up at the twinkling stars far away and sigh, "If only I were a star. They're so high up and so bright." But one evening, something happened. A little bug named Benny had lost his way. A strong wind had blown him far away from home. That night, the moon was hiding behind thick clouds, and there wasn't a single star in sight. Everything was completely dark. "Help!" Benny called out, his tiny voice trembling. "I'm lost and I can't see the way." Some fireflies heard him, but they were too busy dancing, trying to shine the brightest. Blinky heard him too. He looked up, but the moon and stars he always admired were now hidden. Their big, bright light wasn't helping Benny at all. Then Blinky looked down at himself and saw his own tiny little glow. It wasn't as grand as the moon's, but it was his very own light. So Blinky made a decision. He flew down right to where Benny was. He stopped in front of him, and with his little glow, he lit up the path. "Don't worry," Blinky said kindly. "I'll show you the way." In Blinky's light, Benny could now see the familiar ground again. He smiled and walked ahead, and Blinky flew beside him, all the way back home. Benny was so happy. He said, "Thank you, Blinky. The moon and stars are pretty, but they were too far away to help me. Your little light helped me the most." Blinky's heart felt full of a new kind of joy. His light may not be the biggest or the brightest, but it had made a big difference. From that night on, Blinky still loved looking at the moon and stars, but he didn't want to be like them anymore. Now he danced with the other fireflies, and his very own glow shone with pride and happiness. The moral of the story: never think your gift is too small. Even a little light can make a big difference in the dark. To listen to more stories like this, subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to like and share.